So welcome to Yoga Flow on this beautiful Wednesday morning. So I do hope that after this class, you are able to get outside and enjoy it. So today's class, we're going to start off with our strap. Remember, you can always use a belt, a stretchy band. Those will serve all the purposes that you need. Blocks will help with balance, and for some people with stability, you need that. So I'm just got my blocks kind of to the side of my mat and a little bit out of the way versus up front that I normally have them, just because when we go into our Cobra series, we're going to move our arms around today and they might get knocked over. So just kind of have them to the side. But otherwise, find a nice comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. Really just settle in and think about the ears, the shoulders, and the hips in this alignment. Draw up from pubic bone behind the navel, belly button into the spine. Let's take a slight tuck in the chin. Good, and just come into our breath, come into the practice. So as you inhale, expand that rib cage. A nice cleansing breath, exhaling out the mouth. And we'll go again. Nice big inhale through the nose, expand the rib cage. Let it all out through the mouth. Good. Let's make our next one a little bit audible. So big inhale and expand. Now audibly let that go out of the mouth. Remember, you're on mute. Nobody can hear you, so you don't have to be self-conscious. So we'll do that one final time, and then we'll move on. Big inhale and expand. And just let it all out. Good. Fingertips to the side, palms turning up. Inhale, reach, 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 and lengthen. Touching palms together. Exhale into heart center. Creating an intention for your practice. What would you like to give or receive? Maybe dedicate this practice to someone or something. So yesterday my intention was clarity of purpose. Today I've changed that. I did a manifestation meditation earlier this morning. So I will offer that to you. So what is something that you would like to change or have come into your life positively that you would like to manifest and put that in motion? So it'll be your manifestation. And once you have that set, we'll inhale, we'll take it up, turning palms away, growing taller from crown to tail, taking those arms down. Good. So from here, we're just going to do a little bit of a neck stretch. So I'm just going to take my right ear to my right shoulder. I'm just going to roll that around, nice and slow and controlled. Taking that to the other side. Good. And we'll go again. And then from here coming in. So from here, keep shoulders and sternum, your breastbone facing straight forward. We're going to turn the head left to right. So we're going to go to the left and then the right. Whew. Left and right. So those of you watching at home video, recording, I have a little kink on the right side. So taking my head and neck to the right side is a little bit tricky. Good. And then from here, coming back to center. And just get some nice exaggerated shoulder rolls here. Doesn't matter what direction you start. And then when you're ready, just exaggerate that move going in the opposite direction that you have. And then when you're ready, we're going to pick up our strap. So depending on how long your strap, band, or belt is, so this is kind of how mine is normally, I'm just folding that in half. So I'm going to hold, I'm threading between the pointer and thumb. I'm going to hold right to the side here, and I'm pulling, I'm tugging here. So be a little bit more mindful if you've got a stretchy band, you don't want to stretch too much. But from here, we're nice and tall. Try not to pop the chest forward as you take this strap up. Take it just right behind the head. Breathe and expand. And then we'll take that back down. Good. Keep that tightness in your strap here. So we'll take it up. Good. This time, take it right behind the head. Try not to let the chest pop forward. We're gonna take this over to the left. You won't touch down to the floor here, but you do wanna keep your hip bones grounded. So I'm reaching, I'm expanding. Good. And then I'm using my abs, my obliques, my side abs here to bring myself back up. Good. And going right into the other side. Breathing and expanding. And then we'll come back up. We'll take that back down. Good. So now we're going to unfold. So I'm going to cue a wider grip here. So you have the option, we're going to move back and forth a few times, but you have the option to take this strap all the way back to the top of the hips. Remember, when we're moving forward and back, we want to keep the arms long. We don't want to bend at the elbows. So if you find that happening to you, take a wider grip on your strap. Okay, so I don't think I need to be quite that wide. Good. So we'll take it up. Good. Take it back. Go to your limit. Try not to pop the chest forward. So you still want that nice core engagement. And then I'm just going to start going ahead and moving forward and back. Now you go to your body's range of motion. Remember, stretching is okay. Feeling like something is about to rip, or pain, numbness, tingling, burning, anything like that. You do have a lot of little nerve bundles in those shoulders, then you want to back off from there. Good. Now, take it back to your limit here and just pause. For me today, that's going to be right here. I'm going to take a wider grip. Breathe and expand. And then from here, we'll take that back up and take that back forward. Now I took a wider grip to go back here, so I'm still gonna have a wide grip. I'm just not gonna be quite as wide. We're gonna go back to side bends and we're gonna add on to that now. So again, nice and taut. We're gonna take it over to the left. This time, be where you can take that hand all the way down, hold it there, belly button is in, because we're gonna go into rotation and we're gonna open and maybe look behind. So your belly button is still into the spine here. You should still be able to breathe and expand here. And then you're ready, inhale, exhale, move through center. Now we're gonna find a C curve roll. Your strap will not be taut here, it's gonna be loose. So forehead is towards the knee, but it's not touching. And I'm really reaching long with that top arm. And then from here, when you're ready, inhale and lengthen. Exhale, take that back to center. Inhale, exhale, take that back over. Good. Planting the hands. Good. And when you're ready, I'm just going to open towards that ceiling, taking that arm back. You go to your range. Breathe and expand. And then when you're ready, we'll take that back to center. Good. And we'll use the obliques to come back. Oh, I forgot something. Sorry, never mind that. We forgot that C curve. So taking that back over. Good. And we'll roll forward. Good. So if you watched my Pilates video from last week, I did forget a quad stretch in there on the other side, which I didn't realize I did until 2 days later. It just kind of came to me that I forgot that, but that's how the mind works sometimes. Inhale and lengthen, and now we'll come back to center and we'll take that strap down. So we probably will not come back to the strap for the rest of the class, but you can certainly kind of put it to the side and within reach in case we do have time to come back in. So we're gonna go right into all fours. So find that knee cushion if you need it. Remember, if you've got some wrist issues, we're just doing basic cat-cows here. So you can always come down on your forearms. You can also take your blocks, and if that's too deep, and put your forearms here as well, okay? So be where you need to be. But if you're gonna be up on your hands, spread the fingers nice and wide. Root to the knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. Knees will be under the hips, maybe slightly wider than the hips if you've got some low back issues today. And then from here, just big inhale, shine the heart forward, tip the pelvis back. Exhaling really round. And inhale into cow. And exhaling round. One more time. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cow. Now really take that belly button in. Really round, really press away. Think about the heart coming into the shoulders. Breathe and expand. Good, and just release. We're gonna come right into a downward facing dog here. So taller people, pretty much everybody 5 foot and above, take about a half a hand's width or full hand's width forward. Everyone else, you can tuck the toes and bend the knees and shift back. So take a moment to look down there at your form. Your hips, your knees, your ankles, your toes should be tracking in this alignment, pressing into the big toe and pinky toe mounds. Pressing them forward into the hands. You still want that engagement of the knuckles and pinky pointer thumb. Head and neck are free. Shoulders in their pockets, belly button is in. Good. Now we're going to start to move here. So from here, I'm just going to kind of come forward. Now the lower you go with the knees, the harder this is. So if you do have some knee issues, and I'm just going to go ahead and extend, then remember not to come as deep. Just moving with the breath. Now we're going to begin to change this up. However, if this is nice for you and you want to keep doing that motion, you can. Otherwise, some of us are going to go right into walking the dog here, bending one knee, lengthening one leg. Watch the hips, watch your knees. Are you kind of turning inward when you do this? Or are you keeping hip, knees, and toes in alignment? Good. Some of you will stay with that. Some of you are going to move into just coming on the toes, the balls of the feet, and lowering the heels down. As you move, check in with your upper body. Are your hands still pressing in and forward into the mat? Are you still rooting through knuckles and pinky, pointer, and thumb? Are shoulders still in their pockets? Is your head and neck still free? Can you breathe here? Good, and then from here we'll take some stillness. And when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend those knees. We're gonna walk the hands back towards the feet. Good, we'll try to stop the hips closer to the ankles here, knees can be bent. And I'm just gonna dangle for a moment. Good, so I feel all 4 corners of the feet. I'm reading through the big toe, pinky toe mounds, both sides of the heels. I'm gonna inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Good, so lengthening the spine, and then I'm gonna fold. Good, hands can come back to the shins or the thighs, or you can keep fingers on the floor. And again, inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll out. One more time. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale it out. Now from this bow, we're gonna walk it forward, and you're gonna find your plank. Now remember, your plank can be up high, so pressing back through the heels, knees lifted, or you can ground here. So those of you with shoulder issues or something like that, grounding your knees will feel a little bit better. But try to find good form. Think about shoulders, hips, and knees in alignment. Or if you're lifted, shoulders, hips, and ankles in alignment. Good. From here, when you're ready, and the way that you need to get there based on where you went here. Good. We're going to shift back, downward facing dog. Good. From your downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Again, inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and roll out. Inhale, root through your feet, engage to the glutes, right so all the ways up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding breath, mountain and tension. Find all 4 corners of the feet. Good. We'll continue to move. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale it out. From this bow, plant the hands. Step back into your plank pose. Knees lifted or grounded. You choose. Good. Now, some of you that are normal flowers that can do the chaturanga without collapsing through your shoulders, go ahead and do that. I'm going to lower my knees here, and then I'm going to lower all the way down to my belly. Good. So this is the part where you want to kind of have your blocks out of the way here. We'll be here just for a little bit. Good. So I'm going to take my hands a little bit forward, a little bit to the side of the shoulders. So lengthen, lengthen, lengthen through that low body, belly button in, pubic bone is mat. Roll those shoulders back. Inhale, exhale. Good. Find your baby cobra here. Remember, no crunching. And then we'll lower back down. We're going to keep adding on here. So lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Belly button in, pubic bone into the mat. Good. Find your baby cobra. You might have to stay here. Some of you will pick up a little bit. Maybe you can take your arms out to the side. Maybe you can take the hands back. The blocks are still in my way. Back towards the hips. Back out to the side. Bring it in, hands down and lower. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Drawing up from pubic bone behind the navel, belly button in, pubic bone into the mat. Lengthen, 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 finding your baby cobra. You're welcome to stay here. Maybe a little bit of a lift. Maybe arms go out to the side. Maybe this time you come forward. Maybe you come back to the side. Can you take it back by the hips? Come back to the side. Bring it in and lower down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Great job, everybody, from here. So from here, we are going to prepare to move. So if you're stronger, more experienced yogi, you can tuck your toes, push up into plank, shift back down dog. Everyone else, hands under the shoulders, pick yourself up, move back through a tabletop position, tucking your toes, and lifting into your down dog. Good. Breathe, come back to that intention. What would you like to manifest? Something positive. Maybe you're not sure what you'd like to manifest, but you know you want more positive energy in your life. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be too specific. Nobody needs negative energy in their lives right now. And then from here, when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend those knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. We'll inhale, lift, and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll out. Inhale, root through the feet, engage in the glutes, rise. And exhale, hands to heart center. Finding breath, mountain intention. We're going to do that 3 more times. We're going to move through that a little bit faster. So remember, once you come to plank, you can choose to take that chaturanga down, take or skip the flow, any back bend of your choice, or you can drop to child's pose, shift back to down dog, and skip it. There's no worries. You will see me taking these flows, but I'm going to do it from a modification standpoint because of my shoulders. So you're free to follow me through that as well. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll out. Inhale, plant the hands, step or hop back to plank pose. You choose, take or skip the float. So I'm lowering my knees. I'm not collapsing through the shoulders. I'm finding my back bend. I'm lowering down. I'm tucking my toes, and I'm moving back through my downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend those knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, roll back. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Number 2, inhale and we lift. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll back. Inhale, plant the hands, step or hop back to plank. You choose, take or skip a flow. If you're flowing, do it where you can maintain the best form for your body. And staying with the breath. From down dog, inhale, look forward, bend those knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, roll out. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last one, inhale and lift. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll out. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Again, take or skip your flow. So once you made it back to your down dog, really take some time to reconnect with your form. Press in and forward into your hands, rooting through knuckles of pinky pointer thumb, shoulders in their pockets, head and neck are free, belly button is in. Some of you have the length in the back leg to get the heels down. Some of you not so much. Maybe you need to bend in those knees. Never force your body to go somewhere it's not ready. From here, inhale, look forward, bend those knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward, swing your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll out. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding your breath, your mountain, your intention. All right. So from here, before we go to our next one, I am going to bring my blocks closer. And I'm actually going to take one block, but you are free to stack your blocks on top of each other as long as they're stacked in a stable way. So I'm going to use my ranch house setting here. So remember, we've got ranch house, townhouse, skyscraper, 3 options. I'm just going to put that right under my face. Good. And I might step back just a little bit here. So just make sure that that's where it is. We're going to come to a fold, and then we're going to come to a twist from there. So from here, big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. I'm coming right to that block. Good, and just let yourself fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Good, so we want a long spine here. So my left hand's gonna come onto my face. We wanna try to keep this twist in the torso. So I'm trying to keep both hips squared forward. I'm gonna press it into my block as I open to my right. As I open to my right, I want to try to really open that right shoulder as well. You can continue going with that arm if you want to. Inhale, exhale, release. Come back to your block. And then from here, maybe a little bit of a fold, just letting that spine reset. Inhale, lift and lengthen, flat spine. Right hand's going to come under the block. Hips are going to stay forward, drawing up and in. Open to the left. Really open that left shoulder if you can. You can continue wrapping that left arm around if you want to. Breathe. And then from here, we'll release. We'll come back to center and we'll fold. Good. From here, when you're ready, inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Now from this bow, we're going to come right into a chair pose here. So I'm just going to bend my knees. I'm going to reach forward. Shoulders in their pockets. Find all 4 corners of the feet. So you should be able to lift those toes. If you look down, you can see them. Hip, knees, and toes are going to track here. Good. Now we're going to do this 3 times. I'll give an opportunity for a break or more challenge. But from here, we're going to come right into a pulse. So here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Those of you that want more challenge will stay right here in the chair. Some of you are going to come to standing and take a break. If you went into standing, come back into your chair pose. Here we go. Round 2. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Those of you that need to break, take it into standing. More challenging. Stay in that chair. Feel those heels. Feel those glutes. Building that heat. And then last time, last one. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press all the way up, getting out of there. Engage that front body as we bend through the back body. Good. Take a moment. Inhale. Exhale. Lengthen through your Tadasana, your mountain pose. Inhale. Exhale, and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, we'll bow. Planting the hands, step or hop back to plank pose. You choose, take or skip a flow. Good. From your down dog, when you're ready, we're going to start with the left side. So the left foot's going to come back, bending that knee. I'm going to round, I'm going to step or pick up and put that left foot forward between the hands. Blocks can also come under the hands. Now check in with your form here. So whether you're grounded or lifted, can this front knee be more over the ankle? Okay, so we don't want it to be forward. You can still keep it behind, but for those of you that are ready for that extra challenge, you want to make sure that you're getting it here. Front hip will come back hip will come forward. I'm going to stay lifted and demo that, but remember you can always ground down the knee. I'm pressing back through my heel though, so I'm not letting that hip get nice and droopy. I'm active. Block under the right hand or right hand to the floor. Draw up and in, open to the left. Can you really open that left shoulder a little bit more? Press away with that right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. Take that hand down. Lift that back knee if you had it grounded. We're going to warrior prep that back foot here. So we're going to come into a warrior one. So you can change your adjustment here, heel to heel, heel to arch, or a little bit wider when you're ready. Find stability. Rise. Front hip will come back hip will come forward. Left side's going to burn. I'm pressing through the back edge. I'm going to take my arms forward. This time, right arm's going to come on top of the left, find a hug or find a wrap. Drawing up and in. Keeping a long torso here, pressing through that back foot. We're just going to hinge, and then we're going to come back up. There's one. Going for two. Breathing. I know that left leg's burning. Here's last one. Here's four. Yeah, three. We're not doing four. We're stopping at three. And we'll come back up. Reach, reach, reach. Some of you are just going to open here into a basic little back bend. Some of you are going to reach around, maybe clasping the hands, pressing down, open, and maybe lift. Okay, so I caught myself. So front hip will come back hip will come forward still. And when you're ready, carefully release. Reach. Take that path to the mat. Plant those hands, swivel up the back foot, front foot steps back, getting out of there. You choose, take or skip a flow. Noticing how that left side feels. And guess what? We're going to take that all to the other side. So from here, right leg's going to lift 3-point, bending that knee. I'm going to round and step or pick up and put that left foot forward between the hands. Find your form. So find knee and ankle, okay? And you might have to do it differently here than the other side. So I do. So I'm bringing in my block on this side. You might not need yours. So left hand on our block or the floor, left leg, that knee is lifted or grounded. Be strong. Draw up and in. Open to the right. Really open that right shoulder. Inhale, exhale, take that down. Good. Going into the warrior one. Warrior prepping that left foot. Find heel to heel, heel to arch or a little bit wider. And then find your warrior one. Front hip will come back hip will come forward. Press into the back edge of the back foot. Draw up through the front body. Good. Arms come forward. This time left arm is on the top. So you can find your hug or find your wrap. Find what you need. Keeping a long torso, getting in the core, getting in your feet. We're going to hinge forward, keeping a long spine. And then we're going to come back up. There's one. Going for two. Hopefully I can count better this side. And coming back up. Here's three and final one. And then coming back up here. Release. Reach. You can open. Or you can take those hands behind you, find that shoulder opener once more, pressing down, opening up. Good, carefully release, reach. Take that path back to the mat, plant your hands, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip that flow. Whew. Great work. From your beautiful downward facing dog, big inhale, look forward, bend those knees. Walk, step or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. We'll inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, warm up. Inhale, root, engage and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath. Mountain, your intention. Good. Okay, so from here, we'll bring our blocks in. So I am going to take both of these blocks and smooth that away. Good. I'm going to place them forward here. Good. And actually, just so I'm a little bit more centered here, I might just come a little bit farther on my mat. Good. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go into a warrior three. I am going to demo the modified warrior three with hands on the blocks, but if you've got full warrior three in your practice and you don't need to take your hands to the blocks or the floor, you are free to come into that full warrior three pose. I'm going to start, we're going to come back on that left side. So hip, knee, and toe, we're going to track forward, drawing up and in, okay? Good, just lifting that right leg a little bit here. Big inhale, exhale, hinge and take it back. I'm going to take my hands down. Good, now as I take my right leg back, remember, it's not about how high you take this leg. Some people need a little toe tap here, that's okay. But toes, knees, and hips are facing the ground because both hips are facing the ground. You squared your pelvis. Now, lengthen through the torso. Really get into the big toe and pinky toe mound and the heel. Really press into that hip. Yes, you can have a micro bend in that left knee, but you want to press into the hip. So here's me pressing into the hip. Here's me kind of hanging down into the hip. See the difference? So you want to press through that hip. That will give you a little bit of a lift. Good. Now from here, if you went into a full warrior three, you might want to take hands down to the box or to the ground. And I'm just going to reach my right leg back and I'm going to swing it in. So warrior two here, we're going to come into heel to arch. And when you're ready and stable, come back up into your warrior two. And it's okay if you need to adjust once you get up here. Yeah. In fact, I recommend it if that's what you need to do. So heel to arch, or a little bit wider. Good. Find your beautiful warrior two. Again, can you come a little bit deeper in this front knee? You're going to have it a little bit deeper in the heel. Front hip will come back hip will come forward. Find the back edge of the back foot. Relax in the shoulders. Good. With a bent front knee or lengthened front leg, with your breath, take it back to exalted. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. We're all going to take this modified extended side angle. So lengthening forward, forearm to the thigh, shoulder in its pocket. Reach that right arm up. Take that right arm long over the ear. Really open towards the right. Good. And then when you're ready, good. That arm's going to come up. Let it assist you. I'm going to lengthen this leg coming out of there, coming back to exalted. I'm rooting into my feet here, finding a little bit more stability. And then from here, when you're ready, we're going to come into a little bit of a flow. So everything we just did, we're going to take that a little bit faster. We'll try that 3 times, okay? But if you need to go a little bit slower or take something out, go ahead and do so. So I'm going to find my warrior two. Remember, warrior two here is your key to success. This is your base of everything. Inhale. Exhale, exalted. Move through a warrior two, go right into extended. Move through your warrior two, go right into exalted. Move through warrior two, find extended. Move through warrior two, find exalted. Stay with that breath. Last time, find extended. We'll come up, lengthen that front leg, find exalted for a moment. And then when you're ready, moving through a warrior two, cartwheeling it down. Whoops, make sure your blocks aren't in your way. Swivel up the back foot, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip that flow. Notice how one side feels compared to the other. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, so you're going to see me kind of drop down, switch sides. You're flying right where you are. Whenever you're ready from your down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll out. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Great job. Now we're gonna take that all into the other side. So have your blocks ready here. Right leg's gonna come in the center. Hip, knee, and toe are gonna face forward. Good. So maybe it will help some of you if you go ahead and square off your hips here before we even go into this. So softness in that supporting knee, a little bit of a lift of the left foot. Inhale, exhale, hinge forward. Take your modified or your full warrior three. Good. And lengthening. So left toes, knees, and hips are facing the floor. I'm pressing through the big toe, pinky toe out of the heels. So I'm really trying to get out of hanging from the hip. I'm really pressing away, but I still have some softness in that knee. That hip, knee, and toe with the supporting leg are also facing forward. Belly button in. Come back to that intention. And then from here, when you're ready, carefully take hands to blocks if they're not already there. Reach that left leg back. Warrior prep that left foot. And when you're ready, find stability, rising warrior two. If you need to make an adjustment here like I do, then that's okay too. Good. So finding warrior two. Good. Front hip will come back hip will come forward. Finding the back edge of the back foot. Good, big inhale, exhale, take it back, exalted. You can lengthen the front leg anytime that you need to. Inhale, exhale, warrior two. Inhale, exhale, find your extended, your modified extended, forearm on the thigh. Reach that left arm up over the head. Still open towards the left. I'm still pressing through that back edge of the back foot. Inhale, exhale, warrior two. I'm going to lengthen my front leg here because it needs a break and take it into exalted. Root into those feet. Find your stability, find your balance. And then from here, we'll come back into that warrior two and we'll take that flow again. So when you're ready, find your warrior two. Remember, this is your key to success here. Inhale, exhale, exalted. Move through a warrior two, finding extended. Move with your breath through warrior two, finding exalted. Move through warrior two, finding extended. Think of it as a dance. Move through warrior two, finding exalted. Move through warrior two, finding extended. Moving through warrior two, lengthen that front leg, finding exalted. Taking a pause for a moment. And then when you're ready, moving through a warrior two, cartwheeling it down, planting the hands, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip that flow. Good. From your downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, move out. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding your breath, your mountain, your intention. All right. So we're going to go into a nice hip opening set here. So blocks might want to come out of your way, but maybe not too far away, just in case you need them here in a moment. So from here, big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, move out. Now from this bow, I'm going to plant my hands. I'm going to step my left foot back. And I'm going to find that right up runner. And I'm just going to rock back and forth here for a moment. Blocks can come under the hands. And then I'm going to ground down this back knee. And I want to make sure that this back knee is behind the hip. So we're going to go into lizard or gecko. So on this side, I'm going to demonstrate that a little bit more forward just so you can see better what I'm doing and cueing. Make sure my knee is on my mat here. Good. So from here, my hands are on the inside. Good. This might be enough for some of you here, and that's okay. You might take this leg out a little bit wider. You might go into an external rotation, hip, knees, and toes turning away. You might take your forearms onto blocks or the floor. You might choose to tuck that back toe, lift that back knee, pressing back through the heel. You might choose to rock on the edge of the split. So only go where your body needs you to go. From here, if your back knee was lifted, we'll ground it. If you went onto the edge of that right foot, we'll take that foot down. I'm going to come up onto my hand, leg come back into center. Now, from here, there are a couple options. We're going to go into a pigeon from here. If you know you need to take this easy on the knee, on the hip, what have you, you know you come into belly down pigeon, you have a lot of space under that grounded hip, then I want you to come onto your back and you'll take your right ankle over the left knee and you can just kind of pull that into the chest. So same rotation, less intense. Those of you that are okay with it, hands can come down. You'll continue heel toe, that foot over until you have made your way into your pigeon position. Remember, this heel is going to come closer to the hip crease, but it does not have to touch it. Good. You can stay up. You can take forearms to blocks. You can come down. Whether you're on your back or the belly, think about weight and engagement through center. Can you breathe and expand here? And coming back to that manifestation, if that was your intention or your original intention. Good. From here, if you went onto your back, roll over to your side and make your way to your downward facing dog. Those of you that went belly down, carefully come up, tuck the back toe, lift that right leg back, and find your down dog. Now, wherever you're at, if you're in the down dog and you would like to move forward and come to a little bit of a flow here, you're welcome to do so. Remember, flowing is always optional. Yeah, and notice how one side feels compared to the other. Yeah. So we're going to take that same series now to the other side. So coming into the left side, good. Bending that knee, round, stepping it forward, or picking it up and putting it there. We're going to let the right knee travel and kind of come down. Make sure it's behind the hip. Good. So from here, hands are going to come on the inside of that foot. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you take it out wider. Maybe you go into that external rotation. Maybe you come down onto the forearms or the blocks. Maybe you tuck that back toe, lift and shift. Maybe you rock onto the edge of that foot. You choose what's best for your body on this side. And if you're on the hands or the forearms, remember, you want to be engaged and active here. So really press that mat away. You don't want to hang in the shoulders. So from here, if your back knee is lifted, we're going to ground it down. If you went onto the edge of your foot, we're going to take that foot down. I'm going to come up onto my hands, and I'm going to heel toe this leg back in because I took it out into the external rotation. Good. So remember your options. Some of you are going to come onto your back here. This time you'll cross your left ankle over the right knee and maybe gently pull it in. Others are just going to continue the heel toe over. Good. Remember, we want that heel to be closer to the hip crease. Good. Taking that down, staying up, or coming down through center. Breathe. And then from here, when you're ready, carefully come up. So if you're on your back, go ahead and roll over to your side, finding your down dog. Those of you that went belly down, tuck the back toe, lift and shift back. Good. Remember, you can move forward and take that belly down vinyasa here if you want it. And then once if you were a flower, once you've made it back to your down dog, we're all going to drop our knees and we're going to find a child's pose. So knees can be together as wide as the mat or somewhere in between. Make it active. So can the belly button be into the spine? Can you find expansion in the rib cage as you breathe? Some of you, but not all of you, and only if this is safe for you. If you want just a little bit of a different engagement, take your hands, your hands arms have to be able to be forward. Press in a little bit and forward into your mat. So that will shift you back a little bit. It should not be a big shift. And you should not get any pain with this shift. So if you feel that, you've come back too far. And then from here, when you're ready, carefully come back up and we're back onto all fours. So from here, we're going to go into a little bit of a thread the needle flow, and then we'll work up into a side arm balance, side arm plank. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and take my knees slightly wider than hip width apart. Think about hips staying over the knees. So drawing up and in, I'm going to start by opening up towards you, which happens to be my left side. So I'm really going to press into my right side. I'm going to open to the left, and I'm going to thread through. And then I'm going to open to the left and thread through. And open to the left. This time I'm going to thread it through and come down. Try to keep hips over knees. Remember, and watch your head and your neck. You want to think about that piece of paper under the head, and you're trying not to let it crinkle or make a sound. You want your spine, neck, and head to be in a long line. So if you take that ear down, you've got that little creak in the neck, which doesn't feel good, and it stops that energy flow. And then from here, pressing through that right hand, coming back to center. Good. Now we're going to side plank on the right side, and we'll go through all of the steps here and the variations. So you can take this right foot out here anywhere you need it as a kickstand. You can also have a block under that right hand. I'm going to extend the left leg long. I'm going to turn over to my right. This might be you today. Maybe you can lift. Maybe you're going to take that left foot forward, extending the right leg, a little bit of a different kickstand. Maybe that left leg can come long but in front of the right leg. Maybe you can be in a stack. Maybe you can find a star. Maybe you can find an arc. Whew. So explore and play. Belly button is in. And then when you're ready, in the way that's best for you based on where you went, carefully come back down to all fours and find a nice child's pose. This time, cupcake your fingertips. So come up into the fingertips here, just so we can decompress those wrists a little. Good. And then from here, whenever you're ready, we'll come back to all fours. So I'm just going to switch sides here. Again, so I can open up to you. Good. So again, find where your knees need to be. They're under the hips, maybe slightly wider than hip width apart. This time, we're going to open to the right. So I'm really going to press in and away with that left hand. My belly button is in. I'm going to open to the right, and I'm going to thread it through. And flowing and opening to the right, and thread it through. One more time. Open to the right, thread it through, take it all the way through. Good. Find your head placement. Breathe. And then when you're ready, pressing through the left hand, coming all the way back to up forward. Good. So we're going to take that side plank into the other side. I will be on a modified plank here because of my hand, so just be mindful of that. So left knee, foot, take that where you need to take it for your kickstand. I'm going to extend my right leg long. I'm going to open up here. Good. Maybe this is you. Maybe this is you. Maybe right foot comes forward, left leg goes long. This is where I'm gonna stay. You can also take this right leg long in front of the left. You can come to a stack. You can lift that top leg, maybe finding a similar arc on the other side. Breathe and expand, and always remember your shoulders. Shoulders are over or behind the wrists. You still want to press in here, so you don't want the shoulder to be forward of the wrist. And then from here, when you're ready, in the way that's best for you, carefully come down out of there. And we're going to find a child's pose. Sorry about that. Lost my little train of thought there. So find your child's pose, find your cupcake. Good, and then when you're ready, we're gonna come up. Good. So I'm gonna come to a seat. Good. And let's come into a Baddha Konasana here. So I'm gonna take the soles of the feet together. My heels are not too close into the groin. And I'm gonna find nice length. So remember, if you are really tight, so you'll know that because your knees are jacked up here, and you've got a couple blocks, it's easier, it feels better if your blocks are at an angle, finding that nice smooth surface versus being here where you've got kind of a harder edge poking you there that nobody likes. So from here, find where you need to be. We're nice and tall. Big inhale. Exhale, long spine, no C curve here. Reach, 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 and lengthen. Breathe and expand that rib cage. Good. Now, if you've got blocks under your knees, you will not take this next option. For those of you that don't and want to come a little bit deeper here into the opening, as long as it's safe for you, maybe you can take the elbows into those thighs. Any pain, numbness, tingling, burning with that? Back off. And then from here, when you're ready, we'll carefully come out of there, bringing in your knees. We're going to come onto our back. So I will cue you through a bridge. I will cue you through a basic bridge. However, if you have a different bridge in your practice that you would rather do today, including the full back bend, you are free to go there. But wherever you're going with the bridge, be mindful form, hip bones, knees and toes, track hip width apart, and then track in parallel. Try not to take your legs out wider or go into an external rotation here, trying to make it work. Practice good form. Put a block between your feet or a block between your knees if you need help with that. Rolling the shoulders back for basic bridge. Getting into the feet, I'm just gonna lift the hips up. Good. So basic bridge variations, your body will let you know when you shouldn't come up any higher. Full back bend. Usually it's not the back or the hips stopping you there. It's a lot of times the shoulders. So be mindful. And then from here, wherever you went, in the best and safest way possible, carefully come down out of there. And we'll wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Take those knees into the chest. We're going to go into a final twist here before our Shavasana today. So I'm going to take my feet to the ground. Good. I'm going to press into the feet. I'm going to lift my hips. I'm really going to shift my hips over to the left. I'm going to take my arms out to the side. I'm going to cross or try to cross the left thigh over the right thigh, and then let those knees drop towards the right. Hopefully left shoulder can stay grounded, maybe looking to the left. Breathe and expand. Head back to center. If you need to undo the legs and do one leg back at a time to center, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, use your abs to bring you back in. Undo the legs, press into the feet, take your hips back to center, wiggle, 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 so your low back can reset itself. And then we're going to take that all to the other side. So from here, getting into the feet, lifting the hips, taking the hips far over to the right. We're going to cross the right thigh over the left thigh, and then dropping those knees to the left. Good, right shoulder grounded, looking to the right. Head back to center, uncrossing the legs, one leg back at a time, or using your abs to bring you back in. Undoing the legs if you took that option. Shift the hips back to center, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. From here, taking knees into the chest, rock, 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 side to side. Maybe lifting up into a nice little hug here. We're going to go into Shavasana for a few moments. So from here, you might like to come long and flop open. You might like to put a bend in the knees. You might like to roll to your side of your belly. Remember, you're at home, so you've got blankets, blocks, pillows, cushions, whatever you need to make a good Shavasana happen. And I'm going to make myself about 10% more comfortable here. And I will leave you here for a few moments. Come back to your manifestation or your intention. Taking some deep breaths here. Choose stillness or gently take head and neck from side to side. Choose stillness or invite movement of the fingers and the toes. Choose stillness or taking knees into the chest, choosing to keep the upper body grounded or maybe lifted into a full body hug. Remember, tuck the chin when you come into a full body hug. And then from here, choosing stillness or maybe moving any props out of the way if you used any for your relaxation time. Taking legs long in front of you, arms long behind you, and reach and lengthen from the edge of the fingertips to the edge of the toes. Full body stretch. Point and flex through those feet. Bend and stretch through those hands. Twirling wrists and ankles in one direction, and then in the other. And then from here, when you're ready, carefully bending in both knees. And you choose rolling over onto your right or left side, the side that works best for your body in this moment. Contemplating your practice here. Whenever you're ready, carefully pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat. Maybe the same one you started with, maybe a different one. Good, and then from here, find that nice tall sit, noticing how you feel now versus when you started your practice. Fingertips to the side, palms turning up. Inhale, reach, 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 and lengthen, touching palms together. Exhale, hands in the heart center. Reconnecting with that intention you made one more time. And we'll take our thumbs to our forehead for good and true thoughts. To our lips for good and kind words. And to our hearts for open and loving hearts. Knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted. No gain is ever reversed. May you stay safe. May you stay well. You have a wonderful day and week ahead. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me for this yoga flow. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know. Hope you have a wonderful day.